I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
But who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough. Sure enough.
Sugar. Sugar.
What up, though? Happy Monday morning, the 25th of August. We are mowing through the summer. One more month to go, people. The Mellow P got the hoodie on, but it feel like that up here. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a nice little cool-ass breeze coming through up north here, man. Welcome to the AM King Show. You already know what it is. J. Pat the Juggernaut, C. Nagato Kells, LB, and the Abbott. You got to have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, and share. We are here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. YouTube and Facebook. Jumped on a few minutes late today, but better late than never. You know what I'm saying? How's it going today, fellas? How's it going? How's it going? See, what's going on with you, man?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Gonna go to Staples so I can get some materials. I can finish a project for Miz.
Oh, to get some staples?
Yeah, no, I have to go to Staples.
I'll just mess with you, man.
Give somebody
What
some
up?
staples. Hey,
What up, John?
It be
Yeah.
like that sometimes.
Okay, so yeah, picking up some supplies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can dig it, man. I can dig it. LB, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Bless?
Cookie man. This man got the cookie jars in the morning.
Oh, you know, just a little something, but yeah, just happy to be here.
Oh man, just a
Yeah,
little something.
thanks,
Ain't what I saw, man. I ain't see a little something. I ain't gonna
Hey!
I ain't sugarcoating it. I ain't
That was
sugarcoating
behind the scenes and we talk about this.
it. What up, John? What's going on, man? Good morning. The Abbott, man. What's happening down there in Texas? Everything in Texas is big.
hey,
Big in
hey,
Texas.
yeah. Already, you know, we on them strolls. We on them strolls pretty much. You know, we headed into the end of baseball season.
Uh-huh.
Nice little barn
Yeah,
burner.
how's it going along with the good brothers, the Astros?
Yeah, nice little barn burner the other day. You know, we was playing the Orioles.
Oh yeah,
They
that was
pretty
good.
mid, but they was beating us.
Yeah, you never know who's gonna show up when it comes to
Oh
them.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But
hundreds of games to play.
there's hundreds of games. That's the longest. I want to say it's the longest season in professional sports. What do I know though? You know what I'm saying? What do I know? I don't know much. bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I will say this to y'all. Make sure you check your emails. I just had an offer 4 days ago with the Amazon Associate program being a brand ambassador. I think bring some Reebok into the mix. So stay tuned.
Yes, sir. And we will do
Monetize
that.
your message. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I dropped the monetize your message Sunday at 2. Check us out on YouTube.
Oh yeah, you didn't let the cat out the bag too early, Pete. Let the cat out the bag too early. I already had it sitting here, man, for the people, so they can see it. You know what I'm saying? Just have a quick look at this while you're getting your coffee.
Too early.
Yeah. This is the podcast, Monetize Message by Paji Carter. Subscribe and share.
Thank you. Welcome to Monetize Your Message.
Yeah, look, and P got the nerve to got the collared shirt on. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure y'all know that this is going on. It's the business is the business. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all checking it out because P got it on. You know what I'm saying? This in particular our video was unlocking ACX, your gateway to audiobook success. And looks really good, looks really clean. You know what I'm saying? We are subscribed. We already are subscribed to the channel. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Make sure you
Hey,
subscribe to the channel. LFX Media on YouTube. Make sure you guys are definitely doing it. Yeah, but Pete let the cat out the bag real quick, man. I'm excited about it.
real
Yeah, I'm
quick.
excited about it now.
Yeah, it's an exciting journey,
Yeah, man,
man.
it really is. It's an exciting journey. I think that we are making significant strides as we go along. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're making significant strides, brother. I think that's just what it is. And you know what I'm saying? Oh, the man that disappears and reappears like the magician in the night. The the Cookie Man.
Cooking
Cookie
man.
Man disappears and reappears way quicker than you think.
Yep. See, I called him the Candy Man the other day. So
Oh,
you is the Candy Man
oh,
and the Cookie Man.
oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Potato chip man.
man.
See you at In and Out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
That's it.
And
Appreciate you.
is
Yeah.
how's how's In and Out going, bro?
Man,
In and Out.
it's staying maintained and steady and stuff. I'm still waiting on that EBT to go through so I can go to the next level. I'm waiting on them. I'm patiently
Okay.
waiting, but they just keep giving me the runaround. So yeah,
Of course.
I'm just waiting. They tell me at least about a week or two I should have a word or some kind of
Mm-hmm.
reply or something. So
Yes,
hopefully
sir.
in the next couple of weeks I should be able to step it up to my next phase. So yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
anxiously waiting. So yeah, that's all. That's what basically yeah. You know how it goes.
Give him that
Pilot
address.
night.
Give him
No, we miss.
that address, bro.
558 East 8th Street, Erie, Pennsylvania. Open from noon to 11 p.m.
Make
Here we
sure
go.
It's
you
You
go
got
and
the
open.
tap
Vader
in.
hat on.
Make sure you tapping in the In and Out store. You know what I'm saying? By our good brother LB. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to all the entrepreneurs, but LB got to get the flowers today. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give him a nice little round of applause while we at it. That man built a business and he's still smoking like a chimney. That man built a business. we're gonna get a celebration dance going real quick. You know what I'm saying?
It's the juggernaut.
Yeah, it's the AM Kings, y'all. Make sure y'all stay tuned for the Woke Show. www.lfxmedia.live right after this. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. lfxmedia.live. It's a movement. Don't abuse it. Oh yeah, it's Monday, y'all. Make sure y'all get woke, get active. We got some good topics today. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Of course, the juggernaut piece is in effect. Let's go. We got CLB and the Mellow Man with the juggernaut. We here. And don't forget to go over to the YouTube, LFX Media. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to monetizing, y'all. Let's get to monetizing. Yes, sir. marquee. Yeah. Getting warmed up this morning, man. Oh, yeah. That's right. I'm flowing. You folks don't be knowing this is how it's going. Because we the AM Kings and we all about showing. Back in effect, how's that? I'm not the mellow man, but I'm swinging like the new jack. All right. You know what I'm saying? We got some things to talk about this morning. No effort. Real easy. Let's go ahead and talk about some things, shall we, fellas? Let's go ahead and show them what the Kings is all about. Yes, indeed. Appreciate it, John. You already know, man. Just to get you warmed up, get the cobwebs out your eyeballs. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody got the web eye this morning. You know what I'm saying? Web eye for the web guy. And yeah, our first subject today, and I meant to bring this up Friday, but we're going to talk about it today. Says 11 reasons millennials and Gen Z don't care about work. Says according to Johns Hopkins University, Gen Z and millennials, of course it's going to do some stupid stuff. Gen Z and millennials are prioritizing their personal lives, identities, and work-life balance to a higher degree than most of their older peers, setting intentional boundaries like refusing to do work at home and choosing less demanding careers. It's not that they don't care about work, productivity, or the company's success. They're just not willing to consistently sacrifice their own emotional and physical well-being for the sake of an employer that doesn't pay them a livable wage or support them in taking care of their well-being. Of course, both these generations have the freedom to make that choice. If employers and companies were to truly encourage workers to put more hours or grow incredibly invested in their work, they would have to shift to accommodate the new values of young workers in the office. So, okay, that's reason number one. They're more invested in their personal lives. Let's go to the next slide. They can't afford basic necessities. According to almost half of American workers are struggling to afford basic necessities like housing costs or groceries, according to data from the Urban Institute, many of whom are young people entering the workforce and struggling to find their footing amongst their looming student debt and rising costs. The next one is even raises and bonuses aren't enough to afford larger investments. That's another reason. They prioritize their mental health. This is another reason that the millennials and Gen Z don't want to work hard. Okay, that's another reason. Number 5 is they don't agree with family style offices. Many Gen Z and millennial workers are open to making casual connections and friendships with their coworkers, but when it comes to feeding into the family style office culture, many leaders often unintentionally use to overwork their teams and craft a misguided sense of obligation amongst workers. They're not interested. Not interested. 6, they're stuck in jobs without purpose. And I think we've all been there before, getting stuck in jobs without purpose. So we can relate to that. It says they don't feel respected. This is a different thing. The stand up is a little bit different in these generations. More than 40% of Gen Z workers have felt disrespected at work on a regular basis, experiencing workplace bullying and harassment at the hands of older co-workers, especially within in-person office environments, shifting away from online and hybrid schedules. Misery, what's going on, brother? Welcome. Good morning, Blunt Conversations podcast on regularly and often. Make sure y'all tapping into Blunt Conversations podcast, award-winning Blunt Conversations podcast, might I add. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations once again on that. Number eight, they're struggling with chronic stress, which is something that we are being accustomed to seeing in this day and age with a lot of folks with the crash out era. We call this the crash out era, if you didn't know. Number nine, they're not receiving great feedback. Hmm. Number 10, they don't have long term career aspirations. Hmm. This is another reason. Number 11, their promises for success were left unfulfilled. So that's a pretty interesting article there, fellas. It's a pretty interesting article. It's about, you know, these millennials and Gen Z. It's a interesting thing to discuss. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if it's a misconception that these folks are lazy or don't care about work. But the reasons stay. You know what I'm saying? Yes. John said, "Welcome to adulthood." Let's go around the horn, man. LB.
I just think this new generation is missing Big Mama. They ain't getting no ass whooping. They ain't getting in a position where they're forced to learn to do things they don't want to do. They got the choice of doing saying, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. So now they're stuck in that way to where I don't want to do shit because now I want you to do it for me. I don't want to do shit for myself. So now everybody's into that new age shit now because they don't got nobody to say, well, I'm on top of your ass to make sure you do this. There's nobody there to do that. So now they do what the fuck they want with no consequences. So that's why it is the way it is, in my opinion.
Ooh, man, well said. Abbott.
Well said. Well said. Let me say this: Generation Y, Generation X, and Generation Y does not equal Generation Z. And exactly the reason that he said Big Mama ain't there. Um, my kids were born between 92 and 95. So, they're just outside of the generation we're talking about. But when you pass down these traits, we
They're
uh
millennials, by the way.
right. So we had to dust furniture on Saturdays. We had to wash dishes. We had to sweep.
It's called
Like
chores.
that was Saturday
Chores.
chores. So as kids, we was up way before they was up. We was watching cartoons, and when they came downstairs and them chores wasn't done, TV went off. You
Yes,
know what
it
I'm
did.
saying? Ain't no let me watch this one more program or
Tell them.
let me get a nap because I'm tired.
No.
None of that was going on in our generation. Like you
Nah.
got your cartoons in, and when your parents woke up, oh, you ain't did this that.
Hmm.
Yeah, go start with the dishes, wash some clothes. We had wood furniture, so I had to get the pledge out. That was my job: get the pledge out, dust the furniture. So when you pass these traits and these characteristics on, like the household technology and all of that changes, but the mindset
Hmm.
should not change. You know what I'm saying? These kids right now, they don't go outside and play.
Mhm.
And if you go past any elementary around time for school to come or go, it's a line full of parents to pick their kids up. I never had no rides to school. I don't care kindergarten, none of that. We walk. We walk with the neighborhood.
Tell them.
Yeah, I mean,
Tell them.
so these kids like they spoil and they just
Oh yes.
and oh, and here's another thing. Like I was in church yesterday, and the bishop gave a good message, and he was talking about not being your kids' friends. Like he was like, I'm gonna preach against that. Don't be your kids' friends. Now you wanna kind of be able to relate to them and have a relatable, but look, you're not my friend. You know what I mean? So that's them know. And that's one of the big differences. People want to be friends. And I've heard people like my best friend, my mom. What? No, ain't
Oh
no
no.
best.
Mm-mm. No, no, we don't go by that philosophy, and we did not. And And there's certain values that definitely were instilled in us. Misery said, "Watch the walls." Yes, the walls. Uh-huh. Yep,
Just the
yep, yep. That
walls.
was that. Yep. Very spoiled, Steelers Nation. Good morning, brother. You already know. Misery said, "Mama turned on Mike Jackson on vinyl on Saturday a.m. You knew what time it was. Clean time. It was clean
Yep.
time." And and
No
and
back
and those
talk.
values,
Period.
those values get instilled in you early. Then you're not afraid of hard work. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, that was something that I put on my very first resume, that I am no stranger to hard work. You know what I'm saying? And you already know what it is. Good morning, Majestic. Majestic. Welcome to the show. Like,
We had
subscribe, and
paper
share.
route, all of that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Great morning, everybody. Great morning. C.
Uh, now, I am a millennial. I'm a millennial. One. Millennials are born from 1980 to 1999. I was born in the 80s. I'm a millennial.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I agree to an extent, and I also disagree to an extent because I'm also hearing the things in between the lines that I think some people are missing. Yes, some of the generations within the millennials and the other, the next generation is somewhat lazy. Not all of them. Some of
Mm-hmm.
them. The ones that are not lazy are the ones that I'm talking to. They're saying that our mental health is a priority, and it has because when you're looking from the 1920s on up until the 1980s, there was a certain way of raising, and it was children were seen and not heard, things of that nature. Comprehensible, yeah, you should quote unquote know your place, know your role. At the same time, children still have emotions. Children still feel things. Children still hear. Children still know when you're lying. So to be ignored as a child, going into adulthood, being told, well, you still just got to work, still being ignored because you don't want to hear a damn thing you're saying, get to your work. You're still being ignored. And they're seeing the patterns and they're seeing the end result of all this. Because I've watched 3 to 4 generations do the same exact thing, get the same exact results, and they're expecting to do the same exact thing. I said, bullshit. I ain't doing that shit. I see what happened to y'all. Stressed out, diabetes, overweight, obese, cancer, osteoporosis, high blood pressure, low blood pressure, vein disease, all this crazy shit stemming from stress, unhealed trauma. I'm not saying to not work. I'm not saying to not make money. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the monster, the beast called capitalism, has played a hand in the family. And there's a reason why capitalism is the way it is. What's going on is capitalism is going through a metamorphosis where the old way is dying and the new way is coming in. Don't get a mistake. Don't make a mistake about it. Capitalism is here to stay no matter what is going on earth.
Yeah. I got you, brother. I got you. Well said. I'm gonna take a stance like this. I don't necessarily think millennials should have been added into that pot all the way. But as far as the generations after the millennials, absolutely, it is a generation that is technology driven, pacified by these tablets and things of that nature. By the time these kids are 4 or 5 years old, they got technology in their hand, and their world is not a world of chores. Their world is not a world of discipline. Their world is a world of distraction. And so, it makes sense to me why they entered the workforce and are defiant on a lot of things that we weren't defiant on. And yes, they have learned and they have adjusted in a lot of ways, but at the same time, they were never introduced to the labors that we were introduced into. You know what I'm saying? The labors of discipline. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's doing great. Majestic. He said, Misery said she's from the 25 to Life Records family. Big shout out to Majestic for tapping in this morning. And now you've met another part of the network. This is the AM Kings show, and we are on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. But getting back to my point, my final point is this. You know what I'm saying? And I see it now. I'm very concerned about the future of the way the country is going to go after our generations. You know what I'm saying? That means the millennials all the way back. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely concerned about it because while there are some individuals that are going to continue the traditions, there's many, and I see it on a day-to-day basis when I'm moving around out here in the environment that are definitely not following the protocol. And you got a lot of this is the masked up in the summertime, hoodies in the summertime, uh, shit going on. You know what I'm saying? The YN generation and what have you. Yeah, man, these motherfuckers sweating, funky as
Yo, he
hell,
sound mad right now.
sweating, funky as hell. You know what I'm
Get
saying?
him,
God
He
damn it.
tired of it.
Yeah, yeah,
get him,
stanking and shit. You know what I'm saying?
get him,
Butt, butt laced with poop and shit. You know what I'm saying?
get him.
Damn.
All that damn shit going on. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of mental dysfunction. In other words, to make a long story short, yeah, that was I was trying to be a little funny, but at the same time, I'm
Yeah, I
being
know.
real. You know what I'm saying? Like these folks, their mindset is definitely not the same.
Yeah,
Definitely not the same. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep it a buck. We got to realize that there is no. This is the generation that is a stranger to hard work, and we got to keep it a buck and a bean about it. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that there are programs that are implemented down the road to show people that you can't be afraid of hard work. You know what I'm saying? Because the character that you're missing by not participating in things like that, how we talk about these things build character. uh, Building character is critical in this day and age, and it's missing from a lot of our young generation. I had a class last summer, and I can safely tell you that my concern level is at red. It's high. You know what I'm saying? Because the focus is not on building a better future. It's about who's doing what and how can we get at this person? How can we do this? How can we crash out? You know what I'm saying? So the crash out era is upon us. You know what I'm saying? Misery said, no, they strapped up under that hoodie in 90-degree weather. Come on, man. If they're not strapped up, they're just literally funk dilly-ishes. And I'm just like, man, that's a basic core component of life. Hygiene. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk
Mm.
about that. You know what I'm saying? It's real. Sam, what up? Good morning. And we don't talk about that enough. Hygiene is one of the core components of a healthy lifestyle. And you don't have good hygiene when you're out in 90-degree weather in a hoodie, black hoodie at that, black mask, and you know what I'm saying, and moving around like shit is cool, man. That Nike hoodie, that Nike mask stinks, bro. Come on, man. Let's get right. Let's get right. But nobody's at home addressing it either. We do have to say something about
yeah,
that angle really quickly. I will say that, and then we'll move on to our next subject. But really, at the end of the day, it's a lot of dysfunction. Even though the technology has advanced, even though people in these generations are smarter in certain ways, they are definitely lacking certain core components, and we need to fix that as a people. We need to fix that as a people. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. AM King Show, we here. Next subject, we're gonna go overseas with it. And this is where Podge. You already know we talk about the finances and things of that nature. Well, we're going to go to a different part of the world and talk about these forecasts. Kenya forecasts faster than expected growth in 2025. It says Kenya's economy is forecast to grow 5.6% this year, despite tariffs and other challenges. President William Ruto said on Wednesday of last week, more than 4.7% growth recorded last year. That was higher than the finance ministry's forecast of 5.3% and the central bank's of 5.2%, both made in June. GDP, gross domestic product, which is now, if you didn't know what GDP means, now you know what that means. Gross domestic product is expected to grow 5.6% this year, despite global domestic headwinds arising from escalating tariffs and trade disruptions affecting many economies. East Africa's largest economy remains on a trajectory of sustained economic growth, but faces risks from global trade disputes, market volatility, and extreme weather conditions, according to the finance ministry. All right, all right. Yet and still, Kenya forecasts faster than expected growth in 2025. Let's go ahead and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're nice and politically correct. I didn't want to cross the line. You know, we still are in the multimedia business, John. You can not hold your tongue. You can say what you want to say in the chat, but we
Yeah, go
can't be
ahead.
on it. We can't be on the air crashing out. This crash out air. We ain't participating in the crash out. Um, Make a long story short, let's get to this subject. Now, Kenya's forecasting a faster than expected growth. P, you know what I'm saying? We're in the financial section of things. Talk about it a little bit. Tell me what your perspective is on that. Up volume.
Try to be respectful. Don't want none of these creaky chairs and stuff to interfere. But yeah, over a period of time during the market, that's what they're talking about, market
hmm
volatility. How much how much a particular asset fluctuates up and down. So us looking at Africa, we talk all the time about projecting good trades, watching the market and taking it 5, 10, and 20 years at a time. And I've been saying the last couple months, technology is major, but when we're talking about Africa, we're talking about natural resources. We're talking about minerals. We're talking about gold. We're talking about all of those things that are
Right.
within the soil.
Some of the most valuable things
That's
on the
what
face of the planet.
on the face of the planet. So they're telling you to invest in technology. I told you one of the last podcasts, semiconductors for AI and for well no not for AI, for
Yeah.
electric
Right.
vehicles.
Right.
You know what I mean? We talked about that, but the most important thing is God's green earth. You know what I'm saying? Pay
Whatever
attention
comes out
to
of the
how they try.
ground. Amen. Go ahead,
Hmm.
P.
Yeah. So yeah, just pay attention to, the countries that they're trying to stifle, and pay attention to the countries that they're trying to battle with and then they're trying to bully. Whenever you hear those bully tactics coming from Trump, trying to take over a country or trying to, block them out, just look at that country and think about the natural resources that they provide for the whole world. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So let's just let's keep our eyes on it from that aspect.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said, Abbott. See,
Well, it's always good seeing the motherland be better, and this shows an example of what I've been saying. It really doesn't matter what the rest of the world is doing, so long as you're staying high vibration, doing what you got to do, you will progress. Like, look at, I'm not making this up.
no,
Of
can't
people
make
that
this shit up. You
it's
can't.
like, oh, this guy, he's a regular conspiracy theorist. Bullshit. I'm
No,
talking about the numbers.
no,
I'm
it
talking
don't
about the
lie.
numbers.
It don't lie.
Follow the paper trail, people.
Follow the paper trail. That's all we saying is get under the surface of things, and the perspective that the brothers are giving, and myself, is to feed your mind with the perspective that you need to have under the surface. It's not
Yeah.
about anything else. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, see.
And the simple fact that people say, well, those high vibrations, mumbo jumbo stuff, like, well, they're doing it over there. They talk about that all the time in Kenya. This is a regular thing. Like, you have villages in Africa where if someone makes a mistake, the entire village surrounds the person and tells them every single thing that they did good, and they keep telling them that they love them, and they go back to work.
Yeah.
High vibration.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna step in real quick. See, I'm gonna tell you what high vibration did for me. High vibration turned a lot of turmoil into success. High vibration turned a lot of my, forecast for myself into a forecast of optimism, into a forecast of balance, into a forecast of control, man, control, because a lot of people don't have control within themselves, and you cannot process what's going on out here without that control, without having high vibration, without being able to look from the inside out and not the outside in. And we talk about this all the time. Y'all might think that's conspiracy theory, but if you haven't experienced it, if you haven't tried it, you don't know exactly what it is that we're talking about. As above, so below, as within, so without. It's just that simple. LB.
LB, you there?
Yeah,
Earth to LB. Earth to LB.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm waiting on the brother not to get done teaching something. That's all. Might as well.
Come back to Earth, man. We need to talk real quick.
Oh yeah, Kenya went back to the drawing board. That's all it is. They rewrote their information, man. They figuring out what the problems was,
hmm
eliminated the problems and fixed it. Now they progressing. That's all it is. Because all it is the U.S. trying to take over things, and now they cut them off, and now they see how much they are progressing. So long story
Yep.
short, yeah.
They took action. They took action. Literally what LB said. Well said, brother. Well said. Sam said, invest in electricity. It's not going anywhere. That's a good point, Sam. Thank you for that insight. We appreciate that, man. We appreciate that. Let's go to the next one. You know what I'm saying? And we're not gonna harp on Chump, you know what I'm saying? But Chump's ass. Because Illinois officials blast Trump's threat to deploy the National Guard in Chicago. So now he's got DC in the chokehold. Uh-oh. Yeah, let's see the full story. My bad. I apologize, y'all. All right. So it says illegal and costly. Chicago's mayor blasts Trump's threat to deploy the National Guard. Okay. It says Chicago political leaders are slamming a suggestion made by President Trump late last week that he may soon send National Guard troops to the streets of the Midwest metropolis in order to combat crime. Earlier in August, Trump deployed hundreds of National Guard members to Washington, D.C. as part of what he touted as an effort to reduce crime and root out homelessness. That's despite the fact that Mayor Muriel Bowser has said that violent crime in D.C. is at its lowest level in 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Speaking to reporters Friday in the Oval Office, Trump said he wanted to take that approach to other U.S. cities, including New York and Chicago. It says Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent, and we'll straighten that one out probably next. Okay, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, a Democrat, said in a statement on Friday that Trump's approach was uncoordinated, uncalled for, and unsound, and that unlawfully deploying the National Guard to Chicago could inflame tensions between residents and law enforcement. According to city data, Chicago has seen a drop in certain violent crimes in the past year, including a more than 30% reduction in homicides, a 35% drop in robberies, and nearly 40% decline in shootings. So let's make it make sense. Let's make it make sense real quick, which we're not going to be able to. You know what I'm saying? And I brought this article up just for the mere fact that we have to really see in real time what's going on in front of us. LB said it a few broadcasts ago, but I'm gonna have him say it again. Go ahead, L. Tell him one more time for the people in the
What part? What part? There's so
Bahia.
much to say. Shit, you know what I mean? They constantly pointing out all these places for what? You know what I mean? It's more than obvious and shit. It's a distraction.
Yeah, but there was one word the one phrase that you said that was really, really key, and it is martial fucking law. And that's where I'm getting at with it. You know what I'm saying? Because L brought it up. You know what I'm saying? The Cookie Man. You know, we're gonna support that statement because really at the end of the day, we're seeing it in real time right in front of our face. And the high vibration conspiracy that we're talking about is more prevalent now than ever, especially when you just saw those numbers that we just presented. The numbers that they said that the violent crime is down, shootings are down. And these are 30 to 40%. People think that's not a lot, but shit,
That's a lot.
that's a fucking lot. Okay.
And
That's a
when there's
lot.
10 million people there,
Yeah,
30% of 10 million? What?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
a lot of people.
Listen, Blunt Conversations just says Chicago. They just touched down. So here it is Monday, and look what happened. You know what I'm saying? C, go ahead.
Uh, why was the Civil War fought, and
Hmm,
how?
hmm.
People will say because slavery. No, no, they want to keep the slaves, and other people didn't. Nah, not really, because capitalism was changing forms, and the old way, the old world didn't want to die, and the new
Hmm.
world is saying, hey, you don't get this. We're moving forward. You're going to die. It's another form of capitalism, another form of martial law. So what I'm getting at here is the individual states are realizing that and starting to see that we do what the fuck we want to do. That's what the Constitution says that we can do. So long as there's no clear and present danger, so long as we're not hurting you, you don't have to follow a damn word you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My Lord. Mm, man. Well said, C. Abbott.
Exactly what Cookie Man was saying. Um, you know, this they calling it a police state. That's what they calling it, and I'm calling it. LL had a song back in the Gap in the '80s. You lied about the lies that you lied about. You lied to your mom when you went down south. You remember that song? You're a liar. You know what I mean? When the stuff started happening in DC, he actually got on he got on the stand and said, "Well, people are having dinner more, people are feeling safe to come out in the streets." And actually, if you look at the numbers, you always you don't even have to fact check this dude. You know what I mean? The restaurants were not selling more food. You like he said everybody's outside now. Everybody feels safer. Like it's not true. You're lying. And same with Chicago. Like we haven't been hearing a lot about what's going on in Chicago, far as shootings and all of that. But guess what? The percentage of shootings have gone down, the killings have gone down, but you're feeling this is a way to distract, this is a way to bring on, martial law and all of these things. Like, no, it's the exact opposite of what he's saying is what's going on in these cities, and we can see the pattern. DC, Chicago, what's next? Is y'all coming down to
They said New
Houston?
York is
I
targeted,
mean,
and Houston. All the major meccas in the country. Pete. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Hmm. Yep. So just stay woke. That's all I can say. And speaking of stay woke, shout out to DJ Rob. He's live right now on
Make
lfxmedia.live,
sure
and
you
I'll be
check
following
out
him with the
DJ
woke
Rob in the morning time. Okay, DJ Rob.
in the morning. We
Yeah.
turning it up. We
Yeah, make
turning
sure
it
you
up,
guys, if you
fellas.
got registered music, Majestic said their album dropped on August 15th. First album ever and already 5K streams. Congratulations. All together, let's work
Mm.
together. Hey, we can do it. We can do it. I've already offered to put some work in with you. So definitely let's stay locked in. And, you know what I'm saying? Steelers Nation said Trump is in dictator mode, which is true. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, Blunt Conversations said, right, the streets of Chicago pulled back they self pushing peace. Absolutely. Now you bring in martial law. See, now this is where things are starting to get a little spicy and dicey. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Sam said, I say send the troops. Them YNs been tripping. But yes, on the other hand, what does that open us up to regarding martial law? Because people are going to be unfairly targeted in those situations. I don't think this generation has ever experienced martial law like they did back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Where our generations before us experienced things like that, and you don't want that to start being the theme around this country. Trust and believe. But Sam said, plus those officials that make them numbers and statistical charts know how to make them numbers work in their favor. Yeah, this is true. But at the same time, they are statistical facts nonetheless. And we have to make sure that we look at it from that perspective, and instead of trying to say it's a theory. Somebody's compiling the data. The only way that we have things like that is census data, things of that nature. So that all comes around to the point that we're getting at, is that this dictatorship, not this ain't a presidency now. We got to start calling it a dictatorship, because that's exactly what's going on right in front of your face. You got to dig past the surface and get past the lies and find out the answer for yourself. It just prompts us to dig deeper and find answers and really put it in perspective and stay high vibes, as we always tell you on the AM Kings show. You know what I'm saying? Blunt Conversation said everyone dead and in prison now. They're pushing peace. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Obviously, there's a lot of peace going on. You know what I'm saying? It definitely. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely. Let's get to it. Majestic said we are definitely working. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, man. That was a great subject, guys. Thanks for your insight on that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the next one real quick. It says a third of the U.S. economy is already in a recession or at high risk, and another third is stagnating, Zandy warns. Okay. Moody's Analytics chief economist Mark Zandi continued to sound the alarm on the risk of a downturn, warning that states accounting for nearly a third of the U.S. GDP, we already told y'all what that is, are already in a recession or at a high risk of slipping into one. Meanwhile, another third is treading water, while the last third is still expanding. After saying that, the U.S. is on the precipice of a recession earlier this month. Moody's Analytics chief economist Mark Zandi continued to add more granularity to his warning. In a social media post on Sunday, he said his assessments of various data sets indicate that states accounting for nearly a third of the U.S. GDP are already in a recession or at high risk of slipping into one. Another third is treading water, while the last third is still expanding. It says here, states experiencing recessions are spread across the country, but the broader DC area stands out due to government job cuts. Southern states are generally the strongest, but their growth is slowing. California and New York, which together account for over a fifth of the US GDP, are holding their own, and their stability is crucial for the national economy to avoid a downturn. Hmm, man. So, so here we are. You know what I'm saying? Here we are on the cusp of a recession, according to the numbers that are being crunched. No, Majestic, I didn't get anything in my email. I'll have to leave you my email because I never left it for you, and you can send
Mm.
it at that moment in time. I was about to say, but this is what's going on. Atlanta Fed's GDP tracker points to continued nationwide growth, though it's expected to decelerate to 2.3% in the third quarter from 3% in the second quarter. So that means things are starting to slow down. You know what I'm saying? And it's really there's a lot of states here that are at recession or high risk. Wyoming, Montana, Minnesota, Mississippi, Kansas, Massachusetts, Washington, Georgia, New Hampshire, Maryland, Rhode Island, Illinois, Delaware, Virginia, Oregon, Connecticut, South Dakota, New Jersey, Maine, Iowa, West Virginia, and the District of Columbia. You know what I'm saying? And so here we are. Here we are. You know what I'm saying? This is starting to take shape and effect. Let's go around the horn. See.
Uh, mm, Ups and downs of the economy. This is like I was born and raised in a project, so they say recession, I go, huh? Okay. Now I just if I see things are getting to a certain point where things cost more than what I normally would get, I would just get something else. That's cheaper. I just won't get all the luxury stuff I would normally get. I'll just okay. I'll just hold off for now, save my money. Then when things get better, I'll go back to
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. John said mostly red states. They asked for this mess.
it.
Did they not? Boy, it's a prime example. Get what you asked for.
You got this.
You get, yeah, prime example that you get what you asked for. LB.
Yeah, that's what they wanted. That's exactly what they got. But yeah, it's a recession definitely coming. There ain't no doubt about that. Everything gonna be tight. Crime gonna be robbery and stealing gonna be up high. Everything gonna be changed up. It's gonna be bad, and I don't know if people are equipped to be in these kind of situations for a long period of time because it's gonna be a long one. Because this ain't gonna be a regular a month or a fluke or whatever. This gonna be a long reception, in my
Yes,
opinion.
sir. Yes, sir. Get buckled in. Get buckled in and get your mindset together and get your high vibrations on because you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it going forward. Abbott.
To connect the last story with this story, in the comments, Miz was saying, this is revelations that's
Yes,
coming
he did. I,
about.
I
You
I
know what I mean?
apologize for not
And
pointing that out, Miz, but well said.
but just to connect, the stories, the seven-headed beast. We won't get deep into it, but there was a seven-headed beast in Revelations, and one of them was directed towards Babylon. You know what I'm saying? And Babylon, if you ever read the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, one of my favorite books, it really takes you back 5,000 years ago to how we came up with our trading system, how we came up with our finance, loans, credit system. This was all developed 5,000 years ago. And one of the biggest things that we've moved away from is the
Hmm
bartering system.
Talk about
You
it,
know what I
B.
mean? Uh, so if you don't know what the bartering system means, what it actually means, let's say I run a clothing store, and LB, he grows corn. You know what I'm saying? I need clothes to put on, so he's gonna trade clothes for corn, and C might he might be making cups and glasses, and we need cups and glasses to drink out of. We need bowls. He's making all of that. So I'm going to take some of my corn and say, hey, let me buy some bowls with the corn that I'm trading with you. So it's the oldest system in the world, and we've moved away from it. And everybody's concentrating on being at the top. Everybody wants to be a billionaire. Everybody wants to be, so successful you don't even look at what's going on, but we're all an ecosystem, and what's going on with politics is the haves and the have nots. They're stretching it further and further apart. You know what I mean? And in that middle section, that's where the connection should be, the
Whew,
bartering system.
man, man, tabernacle. See,
Uh, well, with all this going on, it's a lot to unpack because I just be seeing a lot of shit, and I can see just a whole lot of stuff. And extreme little time. We about to get to the funny. So I will say, in chaos, yeah, in moments of chaos, always comprehend that you have the opportunity, you have the ability to create your own outcome and fate because everything is chaotic. There is no order. So there is no order, there is no set outcome. The set
hmm
outcome happens if you allow the chaos to continue. Stay
hmm
with high vibes and create a straight, narrow path for yourself.
Hear what that brother said right there? Now that's that. Now, if that didn't make sense, and that didn't sound like that's not a conspiracy theory. Yeah, sprinkles,
It's
sprinkles.
flat out.
Blunt Conversation said the Book of Eli showed you that perfectly clear. Oh yes. Oh, Boy, oh boy, oh boy. John said the problem with that system is the lack of oppression, human nature. Mm, that's a perspective right there. That's a
Greed
perspective that most people
and
would like
fear.
to. Majestic said now she wants some corn. Corn emojis. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we had
It
some
has some
cornbread
cornbread.
last night.
I'm about to go make some corn liquor.
Corn
Corn
liquor.
I'm about to make some corn liquor now.
Moonshine. Hey, corn,
moons.
not the great
Hey,
cornholio.
ODB said, "Rub your ass with some moonshine."
Woo! Let's take it back to 79.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Well said, fellas. Well said. Y'all keep your eyes open, keep your third eye open, keep your mental sharp. You know what I'm saying? Sam said, what do you do if they already have corn? That's a great system for smaller groups, but has to be a universal currency. I can dig that. I can dig that. That's a great question. And that's something that we're going to have to monitor. These are the things that we have to monitor, my people. You know what I'm saying? We have to monitor these things. And
Mm-hmm.
we do have to start asking these questions. We do have to start
Mm-hmm.
finding where the tiers are and understanding what the tiers are. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why we bring this information to y'all in the morning, because your mind has to get sharp.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In the early
Mm-hmm.
part of the day. You're,
Let me answer that question for
sure, go
Sam.
ahead.
So he said it's great for smaller groups, but has to be a universal currency. Let's go back to year one. Like we was just said, let's take it back to 1979. Let's go back to year one. There were no coins. There were no coins.
It was no currency.
This was the initial trade system. There wasn't no coins. It wasn't no paper
It was the
money. It
yeah.
barter
wasn't none
Not
of
system.
that.
initial trade
Yeah.
system because the first civilization didn't have a system to barter. They didn't trade anything. Food was given to them. All they had to do was party, and all they did was party. Food was given to the first man. Well, the first man after the flood, because we don't have the history before the flood. So everything that we're seeing in history right now, 99.9% is after the flood. So that Babylon they're talking about was after the flood. The first man after the flood, food was provided for all of them. All they did was party.
Everybody.
All they did was party.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it. With
I'm
the
just saying,
token.
not to like.
Party
I
and
was just
BS.
because that word initial was like it was that was a thorn in my head, and so I had to. I'm sorry.
No, no. You got it. You got it, man. You got it. I think the point is
Yeah, but the
driven.
point
And
is, yeah, like he has a
well
great
said.
P is on point though. It's
Yes.
just that word initial was
Yes.
just
Yes. That was the answer right
yeah,
there. If you were looking for an answer, there's an answer for you right there.
Yeah, I'm just talking about from the
yeah,
very
Yeah, from the
beginning.
very
And I
beginning.
mean,
Yeah. Hmm.
we can dig deep into a lot of things. Like like I said yesterday in church, they were talking about Noah building the ark, and that being like the first time rain came down. So he had to have faith. Like, what, rain is
yeah. That's
going to
the first
come
time it
down?
rained ever.
He
No
had
one
to
knew. No,
believe
that's why no one believed him because it never rained.
first time.
Hmm.
And what happened was Noah was the only pure bloodline. Everyone else was infiltrated with these giants that were
Yeah, in that
running
area.
amok. So that was God wiping out the giants and the demons. That's what the Noah's Ark and the flood was about. But I mean, we could go real deep,
Yeah,
but I'm just saying from the
No, no,
beginning
no.
there was no coins.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're right on it, bro. Man, all the way on it,
Oh
man.
yeah.
All the way on it.
They, I want to get biblical, theological,
Archaeological.
philosophical. Like I'm my yeah my other nickname is the
Yeah.
journalist. So we could dig
Also,
deep. We
also,
could
your
dig
nickname should be the shovel, because
the
because
stuff.
we digging. You know what I'm saying? You understand? We digging
Oh,
it out.
for
Hey,
blunt
can
conversation, go
you
look up
dig it?
Goblete Tempe. I'll put it in the chat
Right.
for
Yeah.
blunt conversation because he says I don't know. It's always there always was a trading system, and I'll give you the link where it was written in stone how they didn't do anything for food. All they did was grow grass so they can drink beer at night and party. They didn't trade for anything. The food was already there. If there was no food, someone came down from the sky and gave them food. That's written in stone.
Yeah.
I can show you.
Yeah. Yeah, Majestic, you're gonna learn something today. She said, "Woo, now Noah, let's make Majestic feel as old as a caveman." Well, I mean, hey,
Captain
yeah,
Caveman,
caveman. All right, yeah,
one of
yeah, man.
one of the good
Yeah,
cartoons.
John, we understood exactly what you were saying. You know what I'm saying? Um, like your point is definitely well taken. You know what I mean, John? Like 5% of which can't grow mold, let alone food. Yeah. Yep. Yeah,
Right.
that part of the game. You know what I'm saying? You said you seen Pocahontas in theaters when it first came to the theater. Okay, so you know what's going on. You know what's going on.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
you know what's happening. You know what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Last little thing though, we're gonna pop in here, fellas. We're gonna jump this in. I thought this was interesting, and this is going to the realm of sports, but we can relate this to other walks of life when you become successful. Jim Jackson, former Ohio State and NBA great Jim Jackson, gave advice to young athletes making your money work for you. You know what I'm saying? And this is a great message here. And I thought that it would be beneficial for our group to take a look at this and see exactly what we got going on here. Have a look.
If let's say he gets his contract, his rookie deal, I would say put up 70, 80% of it.
70, 80%.
Yeah, and just from this perspective, depends on what kind of lifestyle you want. Because you can tuck that money away and it can earn interest, whatever it is, you can invest it. You can take a little part of it. Now, because they're going to get money from marketing, endorsements, whatever, that they can live off of.
Yeah.
Marshawn Lynch was a prime example. He said, listen, I put my paycheck up and I lived off of my endorsements.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of these young guys can do that. They get the big contracts and have the endorsements. And a big part of what you're living could be allocated towards the NIL or the NIL money that you already got in college, your marketing dollars. Utilize that money to kind of live your life, and over here invest your main meat of your money into solid, whether that's businesses, whether that's real estate, whether that's in the stock market, to put it up and have it start to work for you.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And understand how to leverage and use money, not always use money.
And there you have it right there, fellas. Like that was a timely thing that he said right there. You know what I'm saying? That was very timely. Learning how to manage your money properly is a very important thing, and we talk about this on the AM Kings show a lot. You know what I'm saying? And what he's saying is definitely something that resonates. And I think that from my perspective, being able to develop a healthy financial outlook is extremely critical. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about it all the time. We're actively, pursuing and seeking healthy financial gains, if you will, healthy financial outlooks for our people. You know what I'm saying? And really get things on the right level of things. You know what I'm saying? LB.
Well, basically, like I said, I think I said this on the show before. Basically, you just gotta learn how to save money. You can't get all your money and put it all in one place. You know what I mean? Like when you work and get a check, you don't throw it all on bills. You gotta put some aside for rainy day. You put some to bills. You put some away. You spend a little bit on this and that, but you don't put all your money to where you have absolutely nothing. You always gotta put some to the side to where you build. If you don't do that,
Yeah,
you're never gonna grow. So that's just some stuff
yeah.
that some people teach, and just some people just learn along the way. So you know what I mean? Everybody's different.
Yeah, I like the point where he brought up Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch saved
Hmm.
all of his paychecks from the NFL and lived off of his endorsements. You know what I'm saying? Because they are going to come, and that was a smart thing, and that's a prime mold of an example of how to do it smartly. You know what I'm saying? See,
Um, um, tag team off of what LB said and go even further. When you save your money, put your money into a high yielding saving account.
what is that?
So when you put your money in a regular savings account, it grows interest because what the bank does is take some of your money, go in the stock market, make some money, and give you some of that money back. So it'll give you like point. 3%, 0.2, or something like that. High yielding account is anywhere from 3 to maybe 7%. So what
Hmm.
you do is you want to find the best is because some of them you have to put down like at least 250 or 450. So when you have that, get a high yielding account and put money in that high yielding account. And whenever you're saving money, put that money in the high yielding account. So every month is building more money. And you want to get to a point
Building more
where
money.
you're literally just living off of your high yielding account because every month you're going to get a sum of
And you said the initial startup for a high yielding account is what
around
again?
250 to 450.
Okay. I like that. I mean that's something, you know what I'm saying? That's just something that we got to get to and stick to. Abbott financial forecast. Kangs, see it? Get a nice good look at it. This is what we do.
Like, share, subscribe.
That part of the game. That part of the game. Well said.
So I'm gonna give a shout out to uh to my guy LeBron James, the
Lebanon.
GOAT.
Mm.
I'm not even gonna mention like any, they make comparisons, right? I'm gonna tell you why LeBron is the GOAT. Without LeBron, we would not have Rich Paul. Rich Paul has disrupted the whole client. He's a super agent, and if it wasn't for LeBron, we wouldn't have Rich Paul. So this season alone, Rich Paul has got $445 million in free agency money just this season for his clients. So I mean, that's the king. That's the king. You know what I mean? You could talk about rings,
But talk
like
about his
Biggie said,
financial portfolio.
talk about his portfolio, talk about the guys that he raised up. You know what I mean? What's his other guy name that runs the production? Carter, Max Carter. Well, the whole group of guys that he grew up
Yeah,
with.
yeah, yeah.
He put
His team. Yeah. Hmm.
Maverick
Yeah.
Carter. He put them all in place to win. So I'm not even gonna mention any other players' names. I mean, my favorite player of all time is Magic, and he just was at the
Oh
Invest
man.
Fest
Yes, he
this
was. I saw it.
weekend. So that's my
Earn your
favorite of
leisure,
all
people.
time.
Earn your leisure.
Earn EYL
EYL.
Market Mondays. Market Mondays. Go to YouTube, subscribe to them too, because they're the biggest financial podcast out.
That
Period.
part.
But yeah, the the earning system, like Rich Paul, like his in totality,
Yes.
his clients have earned over $3 billion. You know what I'm saying? And his percentage that he has earned off of that is it ain't nothing to sneeze
Oh,
at. And
ain't
what
nothing
he
to sneeze
does,
at. Mm-mm.
yeah, no less than 10% for the agent. So he's up over $300 million. But what he does, all of his clients, they work out together. No matter what sport it is, they be together in unison. And when those kids come in with the contracts, he and I give you an example from our hometown, Bob Sanders.
Bob
He
Sanders.
had a contract. He had a $47 million contract. But at the end of the day, you have to be present. You have to be healthy, and you have to be on the roster to get that whole. Chopped a lot of that off, not to be pocket watching Bob, but when you have an agent that comes in and like certain I think there was a breakdown just recently of John Wall's his earnings, and he over over 4 years he hasn't played one full season, but he earned like uh
And he just retired.
just
Just so y'all
just
know,
retired with that
he just
last
retired
big
from the game.
contract, 4 years, two couple hundred million, and he did not play one full season. But guess what? He collected that money because he had a good agent.
He had a great agent. He had
So
a fantastic agent, and
fantastic.
fantastic. And so, yeah, well said, P. Well said. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's about your Kansas City, Missouri Chiefs. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Football, I don't know if I'm excited about football like you are, Majestic. But, you know, nonetheless, the season is upon us, and we will be monitoring things, and we will be talking about sports moving forward because it is that time of year. Baseball is heating up. You know, basketball will be starting very soon. All of these sports in the fall will be starting soon. Hockey, you name it. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned. We're gonna break down things, and we're gonna go from a financial perspective because I think that that's the angle that's the most important thing that gets overlooked. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the Crawford fight. Yeah, I know you're waiting on it. See, we all are waiting on that one. Canelo versus Crawford. That's coming real soon. It's going to be a barn burner. I don't know what's really going to happen, but this is probably the resurgence of the super fight.
Fight of the
I
You know what I'm
century.
got
saying?
Canelo.
You
I
got
got
Canelo?
Crawford. I got Crawford.
Pound for
All
pound,
right, Canelo.
Canelo's the best fighter.
Nah,
Period.
far
Uh-huh.
from
Oh
it.
yeah,
His
LB said
resume is suspect.
I got LB said I got two fists to throw in the goddamn game. Shit, I got to throw a few fists up in there.
God damn it. I've
Pound
been
for
quiet
pound.
all day.
You got it said, but you can get this fist, get the fist of fury. You know what I mean? And yeah, that was great. That was great, everybody. Thank y'all for participating. Once again, you know what I'm saying? We're here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Like, subscribe, and share. Facebook, YouTube, the AM Kings Show. Make sure you guys are interacting with the page on Facebook. Put your subjects in the comments on Facebook or post subjects for us to talk about, and we'll check them out and we'll bring them to the light on the
Well, think
show.
about it
You know what I'm
first.
saying?
Did you
And
read?
then we'll bring it to the show.
Did you read your?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you read John's comment?
Hmm.
Uh oh, Joe Goat LMAO. I digress. Yeah. I peeped that out. Yeah,
I,
John.
I said that for him
Yeah,
purposely. For
John.
him
John
purposely.
definitely is anti LeBron
Oh, hell
James,
yeah.
and
I
I know
forgot
that.
about that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
It's
I
almost
mean,
it's
when
almost OCD how
hmm
John.
I tried not to bring up Mike's name, but you know he left the league because he was in debt and gambling debt,
Yeah,
and they made him leave. So we ain't gonna get into all of that.
but
You talking about on
I
court though?
digress.
If we talking about on court,
But
look, we can't. If we gonna talk Canelo, we gotta talk about his skills and what he does in the ring, not what he does outside. Same thing with Jordan and LeBron. We gotta talk about what's on the court.
Ooh.
Oh,
On the court,
Can Le,
okay,
on the
on the court,
court?
on the one-on-one, LeBron would cook
I don't think so.
Mike
I highly doubt it.
one-on-one
I
on the court
highly doubt it.
in any
If
given
Kobe put the
year
locks on
one,
LeBron
year 20.
and Kobe is just a miniature version of Jordan, I don't know.
somebody make sure they get Majestic some ears of corn because she needs some right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Get some corn.
Yeah. Who he's worth 3 billion now. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Well,
Who worth three
yeah,
billion?
who's worth 3 billion, John?
Oh, but
Mike?
that's what I'm
You talking about
saying.
Mike?
No, he is, and nobody around him is a billionaire or close to a billionaire. He's about Mike.
Johnson.
He ain't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Name one
you see.
friend that he grew up with. Hello.
Uh-oh.
I mean, on court, Jordan's undeniable. He was
Uh-oh.
in a much
Uh-oh.
tougher league, much tougher league.
LeBron is 6'9". He played
Well, he was in a
quarterback.
much
He
tougher
played
league. He was in a
receiver.
much tougher
Like
league,
there's
but he
no
was
way Mike
definitely.
one-on-one can deal
Let
with
me say
him.
this. Let me say this, fellas. You know what I'm saying? He was in a much tougher league. You're right. See, but he was also in a league that was way
Global.
less athletic, way less. To be honest with you, I'm just saying my perspective. I'm not saying that
You talking about
Mike
when he first
didn't do
started?
his thing and did.
No,
No.
those 6 rings, none of those 6 teams that they beat are in the top 10. LeBron beat Steph
So
Curry.
John
They are
Stockton
in
is
the
no
top
one.
10
Karl
of
Malone is
all
no one.
time.
That entire Utah team is no.
It's not no one.
Oh
Sean
no
Kemp is
No,
no one.
they're not in. They're not
no
in the
no
top 10.
no
They're not
no
in the
no no
top
no.
10 teams.
It's not that
LeBron
factor.
beat a
See,
top
Okay.
10 team.
Hold on, guys. I gotta get
Listen,
some
and not only
popcorn,
that,
man. This shit's getting
yeah,
good.
yeah. 10-0 MJ. Okay, I get you. 10 to zip.
Corn,
MJ,
popcorn,
10 to zip. 10 to zip. You are smoking the angel dust, John. There's no way in hell it's
10
going
and
to be
0
10.
what?
No, he's talking about if they play 1-on-1, 10 to zip Mike. No, there's no
Oh
way.
man.
No, 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 no. Mm-mm. No,
He's
no,
6'9",
no.
250. He gonna
Both
back
of
him
them in
down
their
and
prime, in their prime.
yo,
Now we're talking about in the prime.
Hmm.
We got to say what era. The prime of LeBron James and the prime of Michael Jordan. Let me tell you something. It's going to be a tough match. I mean, I wouldn't say that Mike would get blanked. I'm not saying that LeBron would get blanked, but it would not be no walk in the park for Mike. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It definitely would not be. He's 6'9", John. He's 6'9". Jordan is 6'6". I don't care if Jordan can fly in the air for 5 minutes. LeBron,
Yeah.
LeBron James, LeBron
it's
James,
not happening.
LeBron James can get up there and still block his shot.
Right.
We're talking like the dude don't know how to block nobody's shot. There's too many
Mhm.
video clips of him
Yeah,
blocking
that
people's
was in
shots, whether it
those
was
are fast breaks.
from
Can he? We have
yeah, from behind,
yeah.
whether it's from
y-
no,
If
it's
you talking
not
about one
always
on one, that means
from
that's
the
not a
fast
fast
break.
break. They're in front of each other.
Oh, no. Listen,
Again, they in front of each other. You in front of a 6'9" wall. You're not doing
All
nothing
right.
there. Period.
and strong.
Strong. He played quarterback. He played
I
receiver. Like
mean,
But he's
I
a
mean,
different
Mike did too.
mentality
Mike
person
played.
too.
Mike played football. Mike played football. I get all that, but listen, the
he
point that
played
the point
baseball,
that
and he was a
the point that I'm
failure
getting at
out
is
in the
this:
major leagues.
the point that it got off to their play, but we going back to the bank accounts.
Yeah.
I mean, both of those
LeBron.
guys have buying. Both those guys have earning and buy. Let me just say this, fellas. Both those guys have earning and buying power that most will
Mhm,
never ever see in their natural
mhm,
lives. Let's let's let's
right.
let's let's stay on the subject here. It don't matter whether you like LeBron, whether you dislike him. It don't matter whether you like Michael Jordan or dislike him. Man, that shit is that. Now we got some ears of corn. Let's
Ears of
yeah,
corn.
let's get some ears of corn. You know what I'm saying? Now we
Wait a minute. He said strength has nothing to do with heart.
hard.
Yeah.
Okay,
My God.
I get it, John. I get
Yeah.
it. You don't like LeBron James. Yes, we know
You
that.
just don't.
We know that.
LeBron James came out of high school. He was the #1 football player in the country and went and played basketball. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
He was the #1 football player. So no, Mike not doing nothing with
I
him.
don't know. If Kobe put the
Yeah.
locks on LeBron every time they played, I don't know. And Kobe's
Uh,
smaller than
well,
Mike.
Rest
Kobe's a different player now.
Kobe is Kobe
Now
better
you're
than
rest
throwing
Mike.
you're
rest
throwing Kobe in
And
rest his
there.
Kobe's a
soul.
miniature version of Michael.
Yeah, John said soft flopper. Man,
Oh shit.
listen.
Every time they met, Kobe put the locks on LeBron. And Kobe's a
He
miniature
did.
version of Michael. And he's shorter than Michael. And
He
he weighs less than
he
Michael.
did. He did. But that was a young LeBron
That was
James.
in his
Kobe
prime. And that
Bryant
was
at
an
that time.
old Kobe at that. That was an
No, he
old
wasn't
Kobe.
old.
That was his last four
He wasn't
years.
old though.
That was an old Kobe
Yeah,
at
but
that.
So see,
I'm
are
just
you
you
have to
saying.
saying
remember Kobe came
Michael
in.
Jordan?
But you got to
Are
remember.
you
Hold
saying
on, fellas. Let me just
go
say
ahead,
this
go
real
ahead.
quick. Sorry, y'all. Got to remember this. See, Kobe came in the league at 18. Okay,
Mhm.
17, 18 years old. He was not old, sir. When LeBron made it to the NBA, he was still in the the extreme prime of his athleticism, of his prowess, of
Okay.
everything, and
I'm talking about
and
his
his
last 4 years,
basketball
though.
IQ.
I'm talking about his last 4 years,
No,
Kobe.
he was still in the prime of his career before he got that Achilles injury. Now, let me tell you this: his basketball IQ, you reach, I teach IQ, was too high. Was too high for LeBron. LeBron just didn't have the IQ at that time. But I guarantee you this: he learned something from playing cats like Kobe. He wasn't meant to be the player that Michael and Kobe was. Score first, ask questions later. Those are score first, ask questions later. LeBron James is, look at his stats all across the board. Look at how many
Hmm.
accolades and records that he has broken. Fuck
Hmm.
has broken across the board. You can
And
hate him,
still actively playing.
you can love him. But I guarantee you this: nobody can say LeBron James isn't at least the top three of all time
Hmm.
basketball
No,
Yeah,
players
I'm not
that
saying he's not
ever.
great.
yeah.
I'm not saying he's not great.
Oh,
I'm not
no,
saying that.
but at the same time,
He the
I'm
but
greatest. He
at
not
the
the
saying
same
GOAT.
that.
time, your perspective is respected. We're not saying that your perspective ain't respected because
Yeah,
it
I'm
is.
just saying he's
You know
not.
what
I'm
I'm
not saying he's not great. I
saying?
wasn't saying that. I'm not saying that.
Shaq could be. Shaq is definitely in the top 10. His injuries and his,
Shaq is in
I
top
mean, but
10.
his injury.
What? Shaq?
Shaq is
We talking about
Shaq?
practice.
Shaq is in the
What?
top five.
Shaq is
Top
in
five.
top. Shaq
Maybe.
wasn't even
No.
inspired to play, and he dominated. He's like, yeah, I show up.
Shaq he wasn't the best center in LA. He was not the best center in LA. So if you're
No,
not the best center on your team,
no,
you
John.
can't be in the top
John got it
five.
misconstrued. He thinks LeBron is stat chasing instead of winning. No, you don't understand, sir.
Mm.
He's winning.
One thing.
He's winning all the way around the board.
Oh man, listen. One thing you don't understand, sir, is most of the teams that LeBron took to the finals, the people on the roster. Look at those fucking rosters, man. Stop it. Stop it. Outside of the Miami Heat, outside of the Miami Heat, most of the rosters that LeBron took to the NBA finals were trash bags, sir.
Yeah, and so was
Eric
the entire
Snow.
East Coast.
Uh,
And so was the entire East Coast. Jordan played with
hey man,
cokeheads and still went to the
hey, don't, hey,
playoffs and was
I,
still dominating with
I'm,
cokeheads.
I'm about to.
Talk
I'm about,
talk about the Celtics pounding the Bulls. Let's talk about that. Let's talk
Okay.
about the Pistons pounding the
Okay, but
Bulls.
he was by himself with cokeheads. Can LeBron
so
do that?
so so
Can LeBron
so
do
what's
that?
the difference? No. So what's the difference? But how many times consecutively has LeBron James made it to the NBA Finals with the trash roster? How many times?
With a trash East Coast. With a trash
But
East, the
still,
entire East Coast was trash.
how many times? How many times
Ten
did he?
times,
For at
ten
least
times
15 years, the East Coast was trash. Of course, he's going to
Successive.
ten
go to the
times.
finals. He's LeBron James.
No matter how you slice the pie, LeBron
He's
James
the
was in the
GOAT.
NBA Finals 10 consecutive times. 10.
Okay, but we're going to talk about the competition, though. When we talking about, we're looking at skill set to skill set and what they win against.
You're missing the point. 10 consecutive times making that trip. 10
I
consecutive
mean,
times. You're
No,
missing
I'm
that.
not missing it.
and I
I'm
get
saying,
yes,
yeah, he did
yes,
it
he
against
yes,
bums.
yes,
He went up
yes, he
against
lost
people that
most
were
of them.
For
great.
10
Isaiah
so
Thomas.
for 10 years,
No, no,
for
no.
But listen
10
to
No,
what I'm
no.
years
saying,
there's
though. Look
bums.
who Jordan went up against. And look who LeBron went
The
up
For
caliber
against,
of
10
those
is what I'm
years
saying.
the league is bums.
That's a great
bro, the
thing.
caliber
It's a
of those
great thing to go to the finals 10
players,
times in a row. It's a great thing. I'm talking about the
yeah,
competition in itself. Same thing with Canelo, the competition in itself. Not the name, the competition in itself.
no matter how you slice the pie, the era that LeBron played in, having to deal with people like Steph Curry, the Splash Brothers, those teams would run circles
Greatest
around
of
the
all time.
Celtics, the Pistons, and any other person that you mentioned from back in Jordan's era would never have a standing chance against nobody like Steph Curry. Let's take it because we're missing Steph Curry in the whole fucking
Yeah,
conversation.
and that's the
This
West.
man,
That's the West.
that's the West. Okay, I get that. I get that. See, you're not wrong. But at the same time, we got to put some
LB,
perspective on it. Damn it! I'm gonna hey,
LB, I
I'm
see
gonna
you. I'm
hey, man,
watching you,
I'm
LB.
about to play.
Yeah,
I'm about to play
I'm watching
moderator and
you
mute
too.
everybody. I'm about to play moderator and mute you niggas. No, I'm just
Dude, we got to get out of here. Let's go, man. We got to get out of here. This is fun, though. This
No,
is all
man,
fun.
no,
This is all
no,
fun.
no, we got to get out
no.
of here.
It's good,
I got
good.
work to
We
do
got
for misery, man. I got some work to do for misery, man.
Man,
here we
man,
go.
man, man.
I got some work to do for
All
misery.
right. Majestic said, let's talk about NFL football. That means not for long. We're gonna leave it at that. You ain't gonna be in the league for long, and that's just how it is. Look at Shador Sanders or Shiloh
This is
Sanders
true.
just got cut this past weekend. I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? The NFL means not for long. Fuck the NFL. But anyway,
Right.
uh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. John said, I disagree. The physicality negates a lot of those free shots they get. Man, from the distance that them boys was striking from,
Full court
stop it,
press.
John.
Full court press.
John,
Full court press.
it don't matter. Steph Curry can hit shots from past half court. Stop it.
I mean, he's talking about being physical. Can Steph Curry consistently hit those shots being
How can you
physical in
how
the
can
air?
you be physical when you can't? How can you be physical on somebody that gets the shot off way before you physically get physical?
Man, all I can say, like me personally, I've played ball and I've seen the highest of athletes. I've seen the pinnacle of athletes. So I'm looking from my perspective when I'm talking. So
I get it.
so
I just saw Steph Curry. I just saw Steph Curry take a struggling United States Olympic team and put them on his back. Said, "I'm Don Dottie.
yeah, Steph Curry did
I'm done."
it. Steph Curry did
I know it's not the East Coast. I get all that, but LeBron plays in the West now and won a title in the West.
with a good team. With a
With a
good
good
team.
team.
Jordan and them had great teams too. He had great. He was at that time. His team was the super team. So neither here nor there. We could talk about that all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're gonna get
To
to the
the
funny
funny.
into our funny. We get into our funny for the day.
Real quick, real
Hold on.
quick, real quick.
Uh-oh. See, here we go.
Number 10 of all time.
Okay. See?
Number 10 of all time. That's a team LeBron beat. Those other top 10 are none of the teams that Jordan real
beat.
quick. That's how I just wanted to say that. That's how
Okay,
let's get funny.
man.
Okay, let's get funny.
Yeah. One time.
Jordan
One
still
time
better.
for the one time. All right. Yeah.
He's got to do
I love Michael Jordan.
The top 10 team.
No, listen. I love Michael Jordan. I love LeBron James.
I love them both.
Moderator said, cut.
Look, I got MJ right here on the desk.
Yep, there he is. See, look.
I got him on the desk.
The whirling dervish Michael Jordan. Look at that.
Signature on the back.
Oh, well, see?
I
I mess with him.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, well, we all wanted to be like Mike.
Motivation.
We ain't tripping. But let's talk to Richard Pryor because Richard had something to say about black movies, and this is gonna be our funny for the day. Y'all buckle in because he got a few minutes. He got a few minutes of TV time. This is our only funny for the day because I figured LB brought this one to my attention. This is from a very old vinyl record. Recording of one of Richard Pryor's stand-ups, but funny as hell nonetheless.
I don't like movies when they don't have no niggas in them. I went to see Logan's Run, right? They had a movie in the future called Logan's Run. Ain't no niggas in it. I said, well, white folks ain't planning for us to be here. That's why we gotta make movies. And we in the But we gotta make some movies, some really hip movies, because pimps, we done made enough movies about pimps because white folks already know about pimping. Because we the biggest hoes they got. I don't like movies when they don't have no niggas in them.
Richard Pryor was an icon, and he was way ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? Way ahead of his time. We got one more funny for you. I lied. We gonna run it because LB was just struck me with a few of these joints. You know what I'm saying? Right. Entertainment news: Italian Prime Minister expresses dissatisfaction with Donald Trump. Here's the reason.
No one could bear being near Trump for even a single minute. The mix of sweat and flatulence was absolutely beyond imagination. When von der Leyen was choked by the fumes he created and fled, even bumping into Macron, Macron immediately reached for his handkerchief to cover his nose. At that moment, I was genuinely thankful. I wasn't the one sitting closest to him, but I soon realized I had celebrated too early. No one can truly understand what it feels like to sit for hours beside a giant moving biogas pit. Before the meeting, he had played 4 hours of golf, and to make up for the lost energy, he devoured an enormous amount of supersized burgers. As a result, he completely lost control over his muscles. Worst of all, he didn't even shower after exercising. I even suspect he hadn't changed his socks. Honestly, the biggest expense in the White House should be installing a massive ventilation fan in the meeting room. I truly pity Zelensky, who had to spend the entire day with him.
Grant County.
Hey, yo,
Chump,
so that hot
chump,
po-
you funk,
oh,
chump.
John said hot possum innards. Hey, yo. John said he smells like. Come on, man. He smells like what?
Hot dog.
Hot dog water.
Come on,
He smell like
I
nut sweat.
want
Nut sweat.
it.
Nut sweat.
The word,
What?
the word she was using, though, nice words like flatulation, like that's
yeah,
really funky.
Yeah, yeah,
He
flatulence.
blowing,
yeah.
She
he
said.
he
She
blowing
said.
farts,
She said flatulence.
That's hilarious.
flatulence.
Hey yo,
Hot
that man
dog
was
water.
smelling ripe. You know what I'm saying? Tammy, what's going on? Good morning, Tammy. Yes,
Look
indeed.
at
Yes,
John, man. Look at John nut sweat.
yeah. Nut sweat. What does nut sweat smell like, bro?
Yeah,
I mean, we're gonna try to understand that
yeah.
one.
Bruh.
Put
Well,
some advice and shit. Now,
Oh
the bag
shit!
is
He
open.
said skunk afterbirth. Skunk afterbirth? God damn!
Ready to get these shit.
What does skunk afterbirth smell like, bro?
Yo, it stinks, man.
What
It
is,
stinks.
I can only but imagine it
It
stinks.
freaking
See,
stinks. That's all I gotta say.
It smell like John Jay and
God,
shit.
strong.
God damn it, the smells, boy. I tell you, when the nose knows,
When the nose knows, it knows.
when the, it knows, absolutely, man. Loud and proud.
Awesome.
Hot possum. Every man knows what that smells like.
Nah.
No, he's talking.
Mm-mm.
Never mind. I'm not
Nuts.
even gonna repeat. But he's talking about something earlier.
Oh,
Uh,
it smells like Trump.
Nah, I don't smell like baloney. No offense.
Some of us maintain freshness,
mm-hmm.
and that's just
I
what it
smell
is.
like the
But
earth,
look, we
F
if
R E
anything.
S
we
H.
overstayed our welcome by a league. Go to the
You was
woke
tweaking out
show
here, man.
right now.
Huh?
Hey yo, what?
Come on, yo.
Hey, listen, man, hey,
Oh
we're
my
not repeating that.
fucking goodness.
We're not repeating that one right there.
What happened?
We're not
I
repeating
ain't.
that
Don't
last
repeat it,
comment,
please.
man.
Just don't, please. It's
We're
crazy.
not. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We're not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Go to the woke show and get woke up.
Oh
You know what I'm saying?
man,
On the right side,
oh
not,
man.
not the flatulence. The flatulence. Cease and settle on the flatulence, and go over to the woke show right now and tap in with the Mellow Man and DJ Rob. LFXmedia.live, y'all, man. We are out of here. We will see you guys on Wednesday. We may pick up these debates at some point, you know what I'm
Niggas say
saying?
shit
But
like
for
that.
now, that's C, that's the Abbott, that's LB. I'm J Pad, and yeah, back in. All right, come on.
Oh my god, you think of some shit like that though.
Getting out of here before